You're booking a flight for your next holiday, and the ticket says $350. You go to the kitchen to grab a coffee, and when you come back, 2 minutes later, now is $450. Annoying, right? Well, Delta Airlines wants to take this even further. They're building an AI to figure out exactly how much you are willing to pay and charge you that. No fixed prices, just maximum profit extraction. It sounds fair? Of course not. It's like paying more for pizza because you look hungry. But this is not just about Delta Airlines. This is about the competitive paradigm. What is this? It's the perspective that it's okay to win at the expense of others, in this case, the customers, because magically, the invisible hand will self-regulate everything and everybody will be happy. In other words, we want to see how much we can squeeze out of you without making you cancel your trip. Thank you, Delta Airlines. Another example could be a typical car salesman that knows your bank balance and knows how much you have to, money to spend, and he will probably try to maximize the price for you. Again, this is not about car salesman or Delta Airlines. It's about a paradigm, the competitive paradigm in action, with its goal of maximizing profits. Okay. And capitalism is just an example of this mindset, of this paradigm. We see it everywhere. Hidden fees, surge pricing, difficulty canceling memberships. It's a mindset, okay? And they say, if people are not screaming yet, maybe we can take more. It's like the frog for families and individuals, the frog being boiled little by little. You don't know it's happening, but all of a sudden, it's too late, because it comes in every single angle. Most companies are doing it, and it's too much. And that's why we see so much inequality in the world. We see pockets of scarcity, people really struggling, and then other parts where its accumulation is too much, inequality. Why? Because of the competitive paradigm. But greed has a cost. Companies think they are being smart, right? Short term. But are they? Here's the problem. Trust is fragile. Once people feel manipulated, loyalty dies. In every relationship, people want transparency and a sense that they are not being abused, of course. And it is no different with the relationship between customers and companies. Yet these companies act like short-term profit is worth long-term trust and relationships. But it's not. Trust is like a currency. It keeps customers coming back, recommending your products, even forgiving your mistakes. Break it, and you're cashing out the future for today's earning report. Now, let's imagine a different approach, the cooperation paradigm, where we seek to strike a deal that is mutually beneficial. Okay? A win-win, where everybody's happy. You get your profit, and also you get a fair deal. Okay? For example, in the airline, here's what it's costing us to run this flight. Here's our fair profit, our policy for profits. Here's your price. It is transparent. It is predictable. It's fair. Everybody knows. And we could use artificial intelligence in this way. But on the contrary, we're using it to maximize our profit, to keep the secret, right, of how much we're making. That's not the cooperation paradigm. The cooperation paradigm will be treating customers as friends, as partners, a sustainable relationship that brings long-term benefits. A win-win, truly a win-win. And here is the irony. All these companies, all the companies that they don't abuse their customers, they work with their customers and they seek these win-win situations. Actually, they make more money because more people renew their fees and more people keep coming back, right? For example, I like Casco, right? So Casco, one thing they do is they publish their the profit policy and the margins, and they have a limited like markups and things like that. So that's very cool, and people keep coming back to them. I trust them. When I needed to return something, they didn't ask me anything. They trusted me. Well, I trust them too. You extend trust, you receive trust. Unfortunately, capitalism, an example of the competitive paradigm, has become a game of how far can we push? How far can we do this to people, right? If companies really believe that they were being fair, think about this. They would show their margins, they would show their profit, right? But they don't, because people will be outraged. And let's just not talk about pharmaceutical companies. We'll do that another day. But can you imagine those markups? Wow. Here's the big lesson. Relationships beat transactions. Long-term loyalty is built on fairness, honesty, and shared benefit. The cooperation paradigm isn't fluffy, it's practical. An airline that was transparent and fair would gain loyalty like crazy. Instead, companies gamble with trust. We need to push back on this greed disguised as smart business. So next time you book a ticket, ask yourself, is this the company treating me like a partner? Or is it just like another frog in the pot? And they are just making me like another frog in the pot. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to give you this example. There are many more, and I hope that you liked it. I think there are companies already doing amazing things. Don't get me wrong. I think that is the direction that we need to keep following. So thank you for being here. Join the cooperation paradigm, and I'll see you on the next.